All right, so good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. It is the day after the budget, and we're going to get your feedback in this first hour as we get things kicked off. There is no need to go through the news day because everything is about the budget this morning. All right, so we're going to open the phone lines momentarily. I do have a video that I want to run, but we don't have the physical. I thought we'd have the physical news day here by now. We don't have it here, so I'm going to go up online. I'll just give you some of the headlines in the paper this morning as relates to what took place in the budget. Good morning to all the regional viewers, those of you watching us internationally. And yeah, I went and bought gas this morning. I almost bought gas before the budget yesterday. And I say, wait, Stefan, hold your hand. Go and pack up your car with your little 2 bars. And we'll wait till after the budget. We're going to take the chance. Right? So $1 less on super gasoline per liter. All right, so super gasoline going down by $1 per liter. I went this morning, let me see. It usually had 8 bars empty. It's usually $25 a bar. Right? So that would have, right, 25 by 8, that would have been $200 that I would have spent to fill the tank. I spent $180, so I save about $20. Right, so depending on how often you drive, and how much ever times you put gas in your car. Let's say I put gas twice a week or 3 times a week, I'll save somewhere between maybe 30, let me see, 40, no, 420, 30, 60, about 60 to $90, almost $100 a week. If I put in gas 3 times a week, I'll save about $100. I remember I had 8 bars, it wasn't full, so it wasn't empty, right down now, you know? Huh? Yeah, 8 bars. My car have 10 bars on it. Each bar is about $25. I've calculated that already. Yeah. It's McVi's a lawyer. Yeah. So it's $25. So it's usually $250 to fill my tank. So I estimate that now it's going to be somewhere around anywhere between $200 and maybe $20. So I save about maybe $30 to $50 or $30 to $40 on, now when I fill in my tank from the E to the F. You understand? So some of the election goodies, or some of the hear me, election goodies, the budget. Some of the goodies in the budget yesterday was at the PSA. They have the Prime Minister has given instructions to have the CPO revise the offer to 10%. So they're going to start at 10% with the negotiation. So the PSA is quite satisfied. They've gotten what they wanted. And that is, according to Tanku, promise made, promise kept. The Prime Minister on the UNC's government's first budget, it's all about fairness and equality. The Real Estate Trust would unlock national wealth to ordinary citizens. Drivers delighted with ease up on super gasoline. Tanku also unveiled the NIS overhaul, higher rates, later retirement age. But I think that those higher rates will be activated in a phased type manner. He also announced judicial reforms and constitutional right to timely justice. And what else do we have in there? Tunapuna Chamber welcomes the economic fairness budget. Health sector got 8.214 million, that had to be billion, 8.214 billion budget allocation. It says million in the paper, but it's billion. Also, they spoke about AI farming, an annual carnival city, a year-round carnival city, right? And an export academy as they move towards diversifying the economy. They also imposed a 0.25% asset levy for banks and insurance companies. In the paper this morning, you will also see that the business chambers welcome the budget presentation. The total budget presentation was $59 billion with a $3.8 billion deficit, which was a tremendous improvement in terms of deficits going by in the past. I said it yesterday, I'm very interested to see where the deficit will be at. And at 3.8, that is a significant decrease in the deficit. He also spoke about a modern prison and security upgrades. They did say that this prison in Port of Spain will be decommissioned, and of course, they're going to turn it into a facility for reform. Tobago got 3.72 billion in the fiscal 2026, and that 3.72 billion, as if Ali smiling, that amounts to a little over 6% of the national budget. I think it is the highest allocation that Tobago has ever gotten. They will invest about 12 billion US in maritime, in the maritime sector as well. There's also a $50 million WASA smart metering project that the minister spoke of as well. So lots to talk about in this first hour before we have Philip Alexander on in the second, and then we got Seth Wile aboard. But before we get things started, the Prime Minister spoke at a post-cabinet because, well, the only people that seemed to have an issue with the budget was the opposition. That's their job. And in the headline in the paper this morning, PNM hits unrealistic, fake, fraudulent budget. That's what they termed it as. But we're going to open the show this morning by playing a clip of the Prime Minister speaking at the post-budget presentation. And in this first video, she spoke about, oh God, I think she spoke about the landlords. Was it the landlords? Boy, the surcharge to the landlords? No, she spoke about the super gasoline, the reduction, and how much that is going to save people across the board, across the country. And then she went into some other parts of the discussion. We'll run you that clip, and then we'll come back and open the phone lines before we get to the first break. So give me the post-budget one now.
2026. I would say that this budget is anchored on one guiding principle: T&T first. It is a call to strengthen our republic by building economic fairness through accountable fiscal policies. This budget is a plan to protect our people, to modernize our economy, and to restore confidence in the stewardship of public funds. This is a budget that puts Trinidad and Tobago first. It is about discipline, fairness, and delivery, ensuring that every dollar spent serves the public good and not private gain. I say again, from the outset, my government made a simple promise to protect the people and to manage the economy responsibly. That is why, effective immediately, we are reducing the price of super gasoline by $1 per liter. This is a direct measure to ease the burden on working families and small businesses. And what it means, I got a summary of how many liters of super gas sold at the pump for the year 2024. And the liters were 457,165,211 liters. You know what that means? Immediately, with this price reduction, $500 million will remain in the pockets of persons who drive cars. Almost $500 million that persons can now use to provide better for their families, to help their children, their school supplies, whatever care they need to give, you have $500 million back into your pocket. Thanks to this government, when the UNC wins, everybody wins. We are also reinstating VAT, thank you. We are also reinstating VAT exemptions on several essential items, and that list was rolled out by the Honourable Minister. Again, this will empower local farmers. Again, it will empower every citizen because it will bring down the price of food. I say we always listen and then we lead. And I've been listening for some time now, but especially in the last week, and everybody was reading out their wish list of what they wanted to see in the budget. These were two top items. Do not raise the price of gas. We did even better. We reduced the price of the supergas. And the second cry that was heard from most of the people speaking out and sharing, don't raise the price of food. Instead, we have tried to reduce the price of food. You remember Stalin's song? We can make it if we try. We can make it if we try. And we tried today to touch every sector and everyone for a better quality. Mr. Valley is here. Will you join us, please, Chief Secretary? Yeah, and your other secretaries can join us, please. Come, you can stand next to him here. Thank you. Other secretaries join in.
Welcome very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, excellent, excellent.
Is Tobago happy?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Very happy. So, I said we put the price, we will zero rate several items, VAT zero rated several items. Now, the budget has goodies and some not so goodies, but that is because fairness requires that everyone plays their part. For too long, the largest financial institutions have thrived while ordinary citizens was under pressure. You shouldered more of the weight. And so we are introducing a very modest 0.25 levy on the assets of banks and insurance, ensuring that those who have benefited most from national growth, they contribute to sustaining national growth and our quality of life. To bring balance to the housing market, we are formalizing the rental sector, establishing a clear, accountable system which protects both landlords and tenants and strengthens the integrity of the property market. Let me speak to you a bit about that measure, because some people are already misleading you and spinning it and contorting, if that's the word. That landlord business surcharge is not a property tax. Let's get that very, very clear. It is not a revised version of property tax. This is where we are putting a surcharge on people who are making income, earning income from their properties. So, for example, it's not on residential properties, understand, but if you take your property and you're renting it, well, then you're breaking the law by not paying taxes, because that is income. It's a commercial enterprise. You're making income, and by law, you should be paying taxes. But for too long in the system, these persons were allowed to get away with it. Some of them don't even live in Trinidad, but they own 5 houses in Trinidad or in Tobago, and they're renting it out, collecting income, but paying no taxes. So everybody there must be a sharing of the burdens as well as the wealth of the country. And this is one way they will contribute to our coffers with the revenue. And at the same time, we can account. This is the accountability measure. So if you have any questions about that, I will be free to go further into it. But I make it very clear, it is not a property tax. The property tax was based on a ghost ARV, annual rateable rental value. Ghost, that was a ghost, just like the ghost in the CPEP and the URP. That was a ghost rental. Now, where the real rentals, it's a real rental because you'll actually be collecting the rent as an income. So you'll pay your share towards the nation's treasury. I want to say also, I said it before, let me repeat, I want to make it very clear, this is not on people's homes. It is not on people's homes. So don't get tied up with those who want to take us down the garden path and lose us down there on the beach. Don't get tied up with that narrative. It is not a property tax. It is a tax on persons using their buildings to earn income, okay? And that income will now be taxed. There's a very small percentage as well. Then you have people, as I said, with 5 and 6 properties, living abroad. You have people here in Port of Spain, in Tobago, everywhere, renting out their properties but not contributing to the government's coffers and not contributing to you, the taxpayers of Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Speaker, I make it very clear, this is not a tax budget. It is an accountability budget. I said first, fair 2026. I would say that this budget is anchored on one guiding principle, T and T first. It is a call to strengthen our republic by building economic fairness through.
All right. Economic fairness. We're going to go to the phone lines, and we're going to take a few calls. Keep it short and sweet as you get your thoughts on the budget presentation yesterday. If there is anything that you do not understand, Philip Alexander will answer those questions when he gets in the second hour, all right? I listened yesterday, and I have my little thoughts, but we roll in with the phone lines. And like I said, we keep it short and sweet this morning. Hello, good morning. What are your thoughts on the budget?
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
Central. Very good, boy. Excellent. Excellent. And I was very pleased that it was about almost 6.5 billion less than what the previous administration had presented in the last budget, I believe, if my memory serves me right.
Uh-huh.
I know that it's less, but still, it was well put together in terms of some of the revenue streams that they're hoping to open up, but with the little taxes and with the rental, people who have rental properties. I think it was a very fair budget, and it was well put together.
Okay.
It is definitely one for the people. It is good to see a government actually easing the burden. The gas was a very big, it didn't affect me with the gas, guys, it's premium, but for people who use super, I mean, I know a lot, I think that will do well for the majority of the population who have cars.
Right.
Just to save that little extra at the pump, all right? Because we do a lot of driving in this country, especially, you know what I mean, because we have plenty of beaches and things. But anyway, Stefan,
Yeah.
have a good one, and that's my view. Have a good one.
All right, no problem. Yep. Going again. Hello, good morning. Morning. Go ahead, share thoughts on the budget.
Good
Yeah.
morning. I didn't listen to it. I just wanted to know if the price of gas went down, because I know that affects almost everything. So when I heard that went down, that was good enough for me. I didn't want to hear nothing else. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And Mr. Imbert, know what you can do. All right. Okay, goodbye.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, but immediately after the budget came out, people started to, as the Prime Minister addressed it there with the landlord surcharge, he said this is not a property tax, because they started to say, is this a new form of property tax? Morning. So she explained it, I think, properly there. Hello, good morning.
Very good.
Yeah, go ahead, share thoughts.
A very good morning. I'm so glad to be a Trinidadian because this is the first budget ever. Everybody should be satisfied. Thanks to the UNC government.
Okay. All right. No problem. Thanks a lot. Well, I can tell you, everybody not satisfied. Yesterday, I'll give all this that story in a little bit. Hello, good morning. I'll give all of that story in a little bit. Morning, 20 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning, I'm fine.
So, we can make it if we try. I'm listening to your show, you know, she heard me sing that already. Stefan, how refreshing. How refreshing. Chris and they laughing. How refreshing it is to have a panel of highly motivated persons. You realize that all the promises she was making on the campaign trail, they were already, the budget was already being orchestrated in that sense, you understand?
Yeah.
And I know you say keep it short this morning. Polly is happy, so I am happy. Thank
All right.
you.
No
Have
problem.
a good day.
Yep. Yeah, getting your thoughts. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, dear. Go ahead, share thoughts.
The budget is two-sided because one, with the rent, with landlords have to pay the 2,500 over because 25,000 they're making or 20,000 less. Who's going to feel it? The renters going to feel it because let's be realistic, landlords not going to pay that out of pocket. They're going to want to increase rent. So renters going to feel that pinch. The NIS, we have no choice. It's going to be raised by 3% by 3%. What about the people who public sector, not public sector, private sector, who don't get increase in pay? Their salary is going down, so their salary is going down, and they're going to pay more in NIS. Public sector, yes, 10%, but very realistic. That 10% after you done taxes to that 10%, because I am a public sector. You really get nothing from it because you
Well, you didn't. Well, I imagine you did not hear the Prime Minister explain and speak on those points that you just mentioned.
Yes, I heard that because I listened from the budget.
What did she say on it?
From
What did she say on it?
Yes, she said it will be an incremental increase by bit by bit. But at the same time, let us be realistic. They could say that you really can't feel a landlord going and take what they say. They will increase rent.
The rent on who? The rent on who?
The rent on businesses. They will feel it. People who renting from them will feel it. They will have to increase. People who residential rent will increase. Because let us be realistic. If I'm renting somewhere, I have to pay this money over a period of time. It's a yearly payment. My renters are going to feel it because I'm not going to want to pay that money out of pocket. This is trend that we don't have a rent board that could say, I'm going to cap, this is the cap a rent. We don't have that. If that was put in place, I could have understanding rent where tenants would have a little ease, but tenants are not going to have an ease. Let us be realistic. Let me take me head out of the door.
Okay.
Landlord will increase rent.
Okay, so you're saying the landlords will increase rent. You're saying that the public servants not going to see that 10%. And what's the other thing that you said?
I'm not saying we're not going to see that 10%. We're going to see 10%, but at what cost? Because remember, we have to pay that for NIS. Yes, I understand that NIS has we don't have there as much employment.
I don't think you heard what the Prime Minister said about that 10% as relates to the NIS. I don't think you heard what she said. The 10%, hold on. What she said is that the 10% increase is for the period 2014 to 2016 or 17 or thereabouts, right? So that therefore that extra 3%, whatever, that does not apply to that increase. You understand what I'm saying?
Stefan, I understand she says that, but when the people who do the paperwork and reality hits us, it is not what they see. It's what the people in the background, the accountants, when they do the paperwork, is what they're going to come up with. That is how it is. Because everybody could play. Yes, the Prime Minister says this, but at the end of the day, when the accountants then sit down,
all right,
is what they come up with.
I get your point. I don't go over 3 minutes here. I just wanted to establish your concern so that when Philip Alexander comes here, I'll be able to put those questions to him. So you're saying that the landlords are going to raise the rent, and you're saying that the 3% increase of NIS payment, you're saying that is going to, I think you're saying that is going to affect the 10% increase. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. Morning, but we'll get that explanation in a little bit. Morning, go ahead.
Morning. Stefan,
Yeah.
every time they raise gas prices, the taxi drivers and them run and raise the fee. Now that they go on a little, I hope and listen to hear when they go in and drop on some of them fees that they charging. Them taxi drivers and them. Now remember, I said taxi, I didn't say maxi.
Right. Well, Maxis is usually Maxis is more use diesel, I would think.
Yeah, that was I say. I remind you, I said taxi, not maxi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, morning.
Good morning, Stefan. How are you going?
Morning, Ida Coolman. Talk to us.
Stefan, let me tell you something. If people understand governance in Trinidad and Tobago, you see all the talk and comment and all kind of thing, that just wasting time. Right now, let them go and get some coffee and drink and relax yourself, because that could be the budget that the country have to live with for the next year, whether who like it or not, whether it was good, bad, ugly, or whatever. That's the budget they had to live for. The only thing now is the comedy going to come from the opposition responding to the budget. So
Okay.
if those are ones that are nonsense they'll be having to listen to for the next week or so, I sure them are going to have some press conference with Penny, and she musketeers and them coming up just now.
No, they had
And
one yesterday.
good
They had
thing
one. They
at
had
the-
a post. They also had a post-budget press conference yesterday.
They start already. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
And
They had
I'm
one.
telling you, once this government read out 2 other budget again for the next 2 years, I hope people record this budget, because this budget might be the last, but this budget would be a budget that you'll never hear a PNM presenting a budget in Parliament again in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. This is history.
No.
And people are supposed to record this, because if this is the direction that it's going, we would never hear a PNM budget again read in the Parliament, especially one coming from this Marcel fella, if he ever have some kind of leadership role in the PNM. Have a good morning,
All right.
Stefan. I'll drive a little extra today.
No,
Later. Yeah.
No problem. All right, I'll take this final one here, then I've got to go to a break, all right? But we'll come back and we'll take the calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Stefan.
Morning.
Yeah, man, well, I want to say good morning to the government too, and thanks for creating history in the country, because the first time gas price ever reversed in this country. And to the caller who looking for the transportation fees to go down, we better look for better road. We want better road, so don't look at the passengers and then pay less or anything. So.
He did mention a massive road rehabilitation project. I think roads like the Naparima Mayaro Road were mentioned. That is long overdue, that Naparima Mayaro Road. I was talking about that with somebody just about 2 weeks ago. I said, boy, that road in a mess. And it's in a mess for decades and nobody in fixing it. He did speak about projects like that, so we'll see.
As you mentioned, that road repairs, now there's a piece of damage going on the road right now in the east-west corridor here. We want these things to address, and I want to compliment the government again for looking into CPEP and URP and putting it into something more meaningful. So people, you all just have to hold and make sure things work out. And the PNM, remember the PNM is no more. We will never have a PNM again. Our country is going to try to confiscate those 13 seats between whoever new political party come up. We have 13 seats to fight for. We have to leave the UNC to do the work, but we want PNM seats and them to come into the community now from either independent people or new political party. Good morning to that.
All right, man, no problem. Okay, so I got to hold up. I'm coming back to all you, don't worry. When Philip Alexander gets here, he will also take some calls as well. I just want to remind you about Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. All right? So they offer that dynamic combination of life-changing treatments that includes prolozone therapy, helotherapy, limb bagging, colon hydrotherapy, and much more. Consultation services are also available with Eden Heights, and you can visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trinity City, Chaguanas, or Tobago. You can give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. With that, I also want to remind you about the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. It takes place Saturday, the 13th of December. Now, let them see my face here. Put that in a split. Yesterday, they raised the duties on alcohol. Now, I already set my price at $400. Alcohol is going to go up. All right, in no uncertain way. All right, I didn't mind the beers and that kind of thing, but the luxury, you know, the scotch and the this and the that. Now, I've already set the price as $400. I'm not going to pull that back. The tickets are available at $400. Remember, at the start of this, I said I'm keeping it at $400, although I suspect that alcohol is going to go up. But I still leave it at the same price of last year. So we're not changing that, because at the end of the day, this is the event that I put out for you, the viewers, to come out and enjoy yourselves. Right? So if anybody had to lose there, I will take the knock there. I will try to see if I could get some sponsorship on board. I already talked. We already have a good deal with Trinidad Import and Export Limited. So the prices that I will get there is the prices that exist today. It's the other places that I have to get from is where I might have to pay an increased price. But it's going to offset each other. I will look to see if I could offset the cost how best I can. So we're moving ahead. $400 is the price of the tickets. Live band, guest artists, premium drinks inclusive. Food will be on sale at very affordable pricing. So we want you to go out and get your tickets for this event as early as possible. All right? Tickets are available at Sports and Games nationwide. That includes Trin City Mall, Gulf City Mall, Long Circular Mall, West Mall, Tunapuna, Grand Bazaar, and Price Plaza. And you can also get the tickets at Rajba in St. Augustine as well as online at trinbagoevents.com. So make sure, get your tickets to the event. I want these tickets sold out. All right? We have October, we have November. All right? I say no more. With that, we're going to take our first break this morning. And when we come back from that break, I think I will play what the Prime Minister said as it relates to the NIS and the 10% increase for the public servants. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this. And we'll take more calls.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificate in culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
On Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence, Massive Tank Sound Company brings to you a night of Bollywood magic, featuring the Big B of Gujarat, Bankim Pathak, Daksha Goyal, Indian Idol star Shivanji Sharma, Nitin Kumar, Chaturvedi. Get those general tickets $200, VIP $500. For VVIP, call 498-1698. Ticket outlets: all Extra Foods nationwide, Prem Singh's Kirap and Shagwanas, MS Food City Debe. Saturday, 25th October, at the Center of Excellence. A night of Bollywood magic.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it. Come on.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the Break It Dawn Christmas party is here, people. Saturday, December the 13th, Center of Excellence, Garden Sanctuary from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Get your tickets now. This is a premium drinks inclusive. You can get your tickets at the following outlets: All Sports and Games. Sports and Games in Grand Bazaar, Tunapuna, Trin City Mall, Price Plaza,
along Circular Mall, Gulf City Mall, and West Mall. That's 7 locations. You can also get tickets at Raj Bar in St. Augustine, or you could get your tickets online. For those of you in Tobago, go online at trinbagoevents.com and purchase your tickets. Get your tickets early. We have live entertainment, like I said, premium drinks inclusive, food on sale, and it is Winter Wonderland this year, so the dress code is wear white. I will see you at the Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary on Saturday, 13th of December for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. And remember, part proceeds go to children with cerebral palsy.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam, 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner, or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning. Gentlemen, before we get into the clip where the Prime Minister explained one of the concerns of the caller there with the 10% and the NIS increase, she went into great detail in explaining that. I think for anybody who's a little bit confused this morning, they should hear what she had to say on that. But before we do that, could you give me Chef Shiraz with the City and Guilds, please? So the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy, right, so they are presenting the City and Guilds Level 3 Diploma in Advanced Professional Cookery. It will start on the 3rd of November. It's for full-time and part-time classes, 8 to 12 months, limited spaces. All right, now to find out more about the City and Guilds Level 3 Diploma, what you need to do is give Chef a call or WhatsApp him on 372-4639 or 737-5097, or you could also call or WhatsApp 268-9431 and find out about the City and Guilds Level 3 Diploma. All right? So, we get back to the action. Run me the post-budget tuna. It's a bit long, it's about 9 minutes long, but I nothing. I think people need to understand, because what Tanku would have presented, the Prime Minister went into a little more detail as it relates to any concerns on specific topics. So, go ahead now.
The national deficit, maintaining it around 2.3% of GDP. This is a major achievement. Ministers, I thank you all. I think this is a major achievement. So it is down to what number now? Remind me, please. 3 point something. The deficit is 3 point something. Right? Yeah. You remember in the last NIS when we had deficits of 16 billion?
16, correct.
16 billion, 13 billion, 8 billion. What does this all mean? We didn't work magic. We just worked very, very hard. And it shows clearly that our opponents, now in opposition, deserve to be in opposition, that they just did not know how to manage the finances of the country. And that is why before we came today, they were saying that, where do you find money? Where are you getting the money? Where are you getting the money? We have found it in many ways, that some of which were disclosed here today by the minister, and it's in the budget statement. Because like they just didn't know how to manage, I say, how to run the country, how to run the economy, how to find the dollars and the cents, not from the poor man, but from those who may better be able to afford sharing the wealth. I say this budget was not to get the rich richer. This budget was not about getting the rich richer. This budget was about having fairness and balance for everyone. So we continue to manage the national deficit responsibly, maintaining it, as I said, to 2.3% of GDP. Spending is targeted, disciplined, and accountable. The NIS reform secures pensions until 2048, a very fair, very gradual adjustment that safeguards retirees and extends life. Now, people are saying we have increased the contributions, but let's get it very clear. I think one opponent said to Ms. John, so the 10% you gave the public servants, you're taking back 3%? Because it's a we're raising the contribution by 2% increase. So you gave the public servants 10%, let's take a bow for that. And a detractor is telling Ms. John across the floor when he heard that. So you mean you give them 10, but you're taking back 3%? Because you're increasing 3% increase will raise contributions paid by employees. Let me get it very, very clear, and I want you to get it clear. Don't get chained up. They'll carry down the garden path and leave you down there. But we will bring you back. We will always rescue you and bring you back. So let me tell you what happened, first of all. When we gave that 10% to the public, we are giving, we didn't give them yet. We are going to give them it. No longer promising. First of all, the increase in NIS, okay, takes effect, Minister remind me, takes effect, here's the NIS. There it is. All right, we propose a phased approach implementing a 3% increase in the contribution rate effective January 5, 2026, that's next year. And then another 3% from January 4th in the following year, 2027. Listen very carefully, you know, because they're already twisting, because they cannot even read or listen properly. So this thing will come into effect next year. The 10% that the public servants are getting, you know what that is for? That is not kicking in next year. That is for the years, and let me find the page here. In furtherance of the conclusion of negotiations, this is what I instructed the minister to do. For the civil service, the statutory authorities, and Tobago House Assembly for the period 2014 to 2016 and 2017 to 2019. This thing doesn't kick in. It does not kick in until next year. So all this money for the 10% happened in the past, and the contributions to the NIS will remain as they were in the past. So please understand. Please understand. So in furtherance of the conclusion of negotiations with the civil service, statutory authorities, and Tobago House Assembly for the periods 2014 to 16 and 2017 to 19, the Prime Minister has instructed the Minister of Finance to advise the CPO to submit a revised offer of 10% for the past. So they won't have to pay any increase in NIS pension monies on that based on the amounts that we're giving them. I think those were the two. And let me tell you something else about the NIS pensions, because people say you have to pay a higher contribution. Let's be real. I heard the opposition leader say the budget is unrealistic, and I think the only thing unreal is the opposition leader. Because she's lost. She's lost. She was there for 5 years as planning minister. Did she plan anything? Nothing. Did she plan anything? Nothing. The country collapsed. We have a planning minister who is helping me to plan well. And we had a minister of finance I don't want to say what happened. The former. We had two formers now. So Minister of Finance has shown how a Minister of Finance and how a Minister of Planning, how they should work. So let's take this 3% NIS increase now. The 3% increase will raise the total contributions paid by employees and employers by approximately 23% per year. Now remember, the employer pays 2/3. Yes, anybody working here? Your employer pays 2/3 of the NIS. You only pay 1/3. So look what happens. I'll give you an example. Class 1 employees who earn a maximum salary of $1,472 per month. In the lowest contribution class, an increase of approximately $11.70, which is $2.70 per week. Per week. Class 1, in the lowest contribution class, an increase of $23.40 per month, which is $5.40 per week per employee. Class 6 employees who earn a maximum salary of $13,000 per month. In the highest class, you get an increase of $136 per month, which is $31.40 per week. So you go to class 6. In the highest class, an increase of approximately $272 per month, which is bound to $62.79 per week. So then this is for the employer. The employer will pay, and the employees will pay the 1/3. Now, we found the NIS in a state of collapse. The minister made it very clear if we did not fix this problem now, in a few years' time, there'll be no money left to pay any pensions, to pay any, injury benefits, maternity benefits, there will be none. We have to be responsible, and we have to fix it, and fix it now, and we are fixing it. This is one measure. We have to fix it. So I talk to you, we continue to manage with the deficit. The NIS reform that I just mentioned secures pensions until 2048, when many of us would not be here, up to 2040. So you'll be protected right down until then, and if we continue with prudent fiscal responsibility, future generations will benefit from it as well. So that reform, until 2048, is secured. There will be a gradual adjustment which safeguards retirees and extends fund life. Let me make it clear about the retirees not paying taxes. These are retirees who have private pension plans. Therefore, it will not affect the public service retirees and all the others in the government sector. We just don't have the money to do that at this time. But at least these retirees with private pension plans, they will benefit no taxes, because they worked their whole life, not retiring, they will have their package. Some of us have it, some don't. And for those who do not have a private pension plan, I suggest you do it, because in that way you will save. It will help you to save. So you can invest in private pension plans. I think insurance companies and so on, they give you pension plans, small amounts per month, and at the end when you come to retirement age, you will you can benefit from that. And
all right. I think that if you have any issue or question as it relates to anything to do with that 10% and the 3% increase in the NIS, I think that the Prime Minister explained it very, very straightforward. If you don't understand that, well, I don't know what to tell you. I think that's a basic explanation of that whole situation there that some people may have concerns with. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yes, I. Go ahead.
But the speech was great. Prime Minister Kamala will go on as the greatest Prime Minister ever. The former Prime Minister will go on as the worst. I'm happy for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I just love this Prime Minister. I love the way the country going. I am a happy Trinidadian. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, man. We going again. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Well, we know the city. Yeah, hello, you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we know the situation on NIS and NIB over the last 10 years. I know the actuary scientists had stated, but what accelerated the situation was the closure of Petrotrin and Aclometal. I removed about $10 million a month in contributions. And the actuary scientists had to come and do another review, right? And then we had the COVID-19 and who get laid off, etc., right?
Right.
But yeah, and unfortunately, last government has kicked the can down the road, right? But the actual scientists will put in paper, in black and white, where this fund leading to, and obviously individuals are living longer.
Yeah.
Right? So that will affect any pension plan, private or public. But around the gap, I got better details into the situation with the $2,500 for individuals who collecting rent.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure if the caller that had the concerns understand that that's a one-off payment, eh?
All right, it's a one-off payment.
That is a one-off, yes, that's the $2,500 is a one-off payment to register
residential
as a landlord,
as a landlord, either A, residential, or B, commercial. Once it's a landlord.
Yeah, I believe,
right?
Yeah.
We'll go find out the details on that one.
I'll find out the details on that because I think they have to put together a registry, which I think is going to be, I think that's going to be real pressure to put together a registry. I don't know why they couldn't go through the normal BIR tax framework that currently exists, but they're going to, I'll see what I can find out about that. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's one of the least, I missed him but yesterday, boy. I missed him bad.
You want to play a clip with him?
You had to play a clip when he flipping the pages with force, when he reading the document. I missed that part.
All right. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Oh, Lord, Father. Yeah, I'm going to again this morning. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Send me back to tell me what gas station to meet you to for me
But you had me cracking up there with that one yesterday with that video on TikTok, man. But I went by French Street, by Marval Road gas station. Go ahead.
Well, there was anything I got to drop off the money for you. As you use it from your pocket, I got to drop it off for you now. I want to say, I think I heard something in the budget as well. So while I appreciate the budget, let me say that I could appreciate the budget very much. We're getting to save a little bit on gas. I heard something about building materials being reduced.
Yes, construction materials being reduced, yes.
Yes. So the average person in this budget, the average person meet on the street would be saving on gas. If they had to put up the little house and things like that, they're going to be saving somewhere there. Their money could stretch a little further and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's going to open the door. Fellas downstairs. Yeah. It's going to open the door for more affordable, of course, housing as well. Once the construction material goes down as well.
And that is what the average person wants to be able to afford to move around with our cars, take our family wherever we have to go. We want to be able to build a little house so that we could all, if we need to register to rent the house to make a little extra change or something like that, we don't mind doing those things. So since Kamala Persad-Bissessar came into office, she has been in small incremental ways putting back money in people's pocket, because we anticipated we would have had to pay property tax if PNM did win, right? People even put aside that money. And when she wins, she said, well, all right, no property tax. So that money went back into your pocket. And now we have these budget goodies here. It is a step in the right direction. The budget was a very hopeful budget. We should be looking forward to only expecting better things in the future. Listen off here. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, that was another added incentive there was the construction material and the decrease in pricing on that. That is only a plus to people who want to be homeowners, people who build in the property. Even, well, we'll find out how that is going to affect HEC as well, because they have the intention of building a significant amount of public housing. and with the construction material going down, I would imagine that the affordability of the houses will go down as well. Morning. Or be more affordable.
Morning.
Yes. What's
you see
up?
how it is that some people, the fearmongering don't start already. We don't know that going to happen for a little while now until people get to understand the whole budget.
Yeah.
Some people didn't understand the budget. Everybody is done blowing this thing out of proportion. But I will tell you something. The little decrease in gas will give you an opportunity to come and meet us on the 13th.
Well, yes,
For the
yes,
breaking
yes.
down Christmas
Like I
party,
say,
right?
alcohol gone up.
Of
I got to
course.
take the blow for
Don't
that, but
worry
I not
about
take.
the alcohol. We already fixed that already. Understand? So
Better say premium juices.
we
yes.
already put in and give you all the discount on the gas to come to our Christmas party on the 13th.
Yes,
So
man.
I'll see you there.
All right, my
Later.
brother, no problem. Oh, God, I tell you. Okay, I'll take another one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning. What's up? Go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling up concerning the budget. I don't
Go ahead.
know if I'm
Share your thoughts.
mistaken, but I saw they had certain charges on containers coming into the country, increasing by 100% for processing and 100% for something else. I'm trying to figure this out. Isn't that going to increase the cost of everything coming into the country?
Okay.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, it would increase the cost of pharmaceuticals, clothing, electric, everything, every single thing.
Okay.
So to me,
So your concern is the hold on, caller. Hello?
Yeah.
Right. So your concern is the
Yes, I'm
increased rates for persons importing or clearing the containers on the port and that kind of thing, right?
This is 100% for one thing, and then 100% for another thing. That is going to increase the cost of everything in the country.
Okay, we will find out. Well,
everything is important.
All right, I'm taking a note of that. Philip Alexander is here. We'll put that in. No problem.
All right.
Cool, man. Yeah, my brother. That's a genuine concern. We can't complain about that in terms of the caller's issue or his concern. Final caller here in this hour. Morning. And then we got Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Alexander, up with us next. Morning.
Morning.
Yep.
Well-balanced budget, well-intentioned. There are no draconian measures. Whatever taxes are placed on whatever entities, whether it's commercial, whether it's electrical, whether it's the containers, as the guy is saying, of course, that cost is going to pass down to the citizens. But also the proceeds from those taxes will also be passed down to the citizens and will benefit from it. It is the purpose of taxing. It's the purpose of increasing revenues. So it's a cyclical thing. I take from you and I pass it back on to you, and this is what's happening. So people who bother about anything need not bother. There's nothing draconian in that. My issue, I always look into the future, is that how do we grow the economy? While we're balancing the recurrent expenditure and fixing things that we had some concerns about, what we're looking at, how do we grow the economy for the future? How do we increase the foreign exchange? How do we increase the local money? So when Mr. Alexander come now, I would like him now, instead of having to wait till next week, we'll have to wait till the budget debate to understand clearly what are the growth goals as to how do we increase in tourism, in agriculture, in some of the areas in which part we now have money, and grow the economy in such a way that we look into a brighter future and lower prices that be going on. The same how to drop the price on gas, we will not be able to drop the price on other items as we go forward, and the country will begin to prosper as we go moving forward over the next 5 years.
All right.
I'll listen off, you have a good.
No problem, my brother. All right, so I got to hold up there. We will accommodate some calls with Minister Alexander as well. And then we got Setwayo at the end of the second hour here. On the issue with the containers, I understand the concern there. Now, we have to understand that the budget has been presented. There may be, only hold on the phone lines here. And in a budget, you have a lot of good ideas, right? People come with ideas in a budget. You have ideas in a budget. On an election campaign, you make promises based on ideas and plans. The ideas have never been the problem in the country. We've always had good ideas. Where we fail in the country is in execution. And that is where this government will have to show that they are different to the others in the past. It's in the implementation and the execution on how they're going to do it, right? So, like, I mean, Philip is here, and he could hear me say this. I thought that, I mean, I don't know if this is how it's going to be, but to save time when I start to talk to him, with the doubling of the duties and the fees overnight, as you're talking about containers and processing and customs declaration, I understand what the caller is saying, because it could cause an inflationary shock. It could disrupt business planning, all right? But once again, it comes down to execution and implementation. Now, I do not know if this is how they plan to do it, but I was thinking that maybe it could be done on a phasing kind of increase over a 2-year period. Maybe an increase of 50% from January 1st, 2026, let's say. And then the remaining 50% could be implemented on January 1st, 2027. That might allow businesses and supply chains to adjust gradually. It could also smooth the inflationary impact and make the change a little more manageable. All right? So I don't know how they're going to, you see, I don't know how they're going to execute it, but we will find out in terms of that with the container processing. But I think any shock increase like that, of course, will have some sort of inflationary reaction in the economy. But we're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Edward Alexander, is here with us. Before I go to the break, let me just remind you about Safety Rigging and Lifting Services Limited, because they have over 2 decades of experience in rigging and lifting operations in the construction, oil and gas industry, and their services are available for offshore and land process gas maintenance for projects, shutdowns, turnarounds, etc. Some of their specialized services include lifting and rigging awareness training, aligning and contracting companies to client-specific requirements, supervision and coverage during planned projects and TARs, auditing and visual inspections, documentation review, policy review and development, site visits as well, both on land and offshore, rigging loft management as well as risk assessment for lifting operations. And they offer expert guidance and support ensuring safety, efficiency and compliance with industry standards, regulations and legislation. Now, their services are not limited to Trinidad and Tobago. They can also provide these services in the Caribbean and South America region. So for more information, feel free to contact them on 868-774-1498 or visit their website, safetyriggingandliftingconsultancy.com. And Keolik, they got the Keolik range of products, which is backed by science, and they got over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, many products in the Keolik range, and that includes the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health, and the Keo green powder drink mix. They also have the Keodophilus probiotics, so make sure and pick up any one of these products at a pharmacy or health store across the country. For more information, you can WhatsApp 7280338. We take a break. When we come back, Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Edward Alexander, is here. He's looking like George Clooney this morning, boy. Looking sharp. We'll be back.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the Break It All Christmas party is here, people. Saturday, December the 13th, Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Get your tickets now. This is a premium drinks inclusive. You can get your tickets at the following outlets. All Sports and Games. Sports and Games in Grand Bazaar, Tunapuna, Trin City Mall, Price Plaza, Long Circular Mall, Gulf City Mall and West Mall. That's 7 locations. You can also get tickets at Raj Bar in St. Augustine, or you can get your tickets online. For those of you in Tobago, go online at trinbagoevents.com and purchase your tickets. Get your tickets early. We have live entertainment, like I said, premium drinks inclusive, food on sale, and it is Winter Wonderland this year, so the dress code is wear white. I will see you at the Center of Excellence Garden Sanctuary on Saturday, 13th of December for the Breaking Dawn Christmas party. And remember, part proceeds go to children with cerebral palsy.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam, 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we sort that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we are back, and as we return, as promised, we have Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Edward Alexander, with us, and of course, he will be part of that debate very soon when it reaches the Senate. The budget 2025-2026 has been presented by the Minister of Finance, and of course, there has been a lot of talk back and forth. Of course, the opposition has given their opinion on it. As a matter of fact, they said it was in the paper this morning, an unrealistic, fake, fraudulent budget.
I read that.
Very strong words to describe the budget.
Yeah.
So we're going to get started. First off, there have been some concerns. You were here when the caller called in, but before we get to the caller, you want to give a general statement
Absolutely.
on what was presented yesterday?
Absolutely. First of all, thanks.
Sure, no problem.
Always a pleasure.
Yep.
Good morning to everyone viewing. I wanted to say, because I spent the whole night on social media, I've been listening, I've been reading, because as usual, the other side is going to engage in clever misinformation gimmicks. Because the only thing they have to sell now is fair. Because when that budget was done, you could have heard people celebrating. This could have been an austerity budget, Stefan. The Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, has 5 years of budgets to present. Right. She could have done a PNM. She could have done austerity now, 2, 3, and then come in close to the election, start to give you sweeties and you save money. Yeah. She didn't. Yeah. She gave a budget that the first reaction of the opposition leader was, this is sweeties. This is a campaign budget. Right. Because a campaign budget is what you get at election time, where you're giving people things to make them vote for you. Yeah. We still have 5 years.
This is the first one.
This is the first budget. You know what you didn't hear? In all the 3.5 hours of that budget, you know you didn't hear once? Tighten your belt.
No, but that was interesting, as you mentioned that, because I remember going into the election campaign, the former Prime Minister and the former Prime Minister, they said that things will be tough, but by 2027, if you remember that, I'm sure you would remember that.
I do.
Betterment will be, we will see betterment by 2027. We are in 2025 and into 2026.
You didn't hear that from us.
And you didn't get that in the budget yesterday, as well as a lot of people, when I spoke to a lot of people yesterday on the 10%, a lot of people said, oh God, you can't expect that in the first budget.
They would have.
And it came out. But if it didn't come out,
PNM would have talked
the talk would have been, well, I hope public servants see now that, they were lied to or whatever the case might be.
Everybody told me, and I talk in public servants, Philip, we know we're getting it, If we don't get it now, we expecting that they knew the condition of the economy. Right. But the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar and Dave Tanku, the Honorable Minister of Finance, they built a budget on two phrases. Promises made.
Promises kept.
Promises kept. The entire budget is that.
Do you think that, you see the public servants who the state of the economy, do you think the entire country, do you think the majority of the country understand what it is you all would have inherited in terms of the economic situation?
This is what I wanted to tell you just now, because you didn't hear tighten your belt. And if this was a PNM government, if we had put God out of our thoughts and we had re-elected them, they were coming with that. They were coming with more tighten your belt. They were coming with more rich have to get richer for it to trickle down and fall on the ground, and you could eat it when it falls on the ground. This was a budget yesterday for the people.
Okay.
The Prime Minister sat in that parliament year after year and watched that government, that PNM government, deliver budget for the rich year after year after year. You had PNM ministers like Marvin Gonzalez are waiting on him. Tell people stop eating macaroni pie.
Yeah.
Stop cooking ham. All they're destroying the country. The rich have to get richer.
Ride a bicycle to work. We got
Keith
all of that.
Scotland,
Yeah.
you don't need to. Instead of Keith Scotland, who drive a multi-million-dollar Mercedes Benz, he tell you
Ride a bicycle.
ride a bicycle. Yeah. You know what Kamla Prasad Bisesa and Dave Tanku told you yesterday? Look back money.
Well, not only that.
We will lower the price of gas. That fall.
Not only that. You also open the door for people to be able to afford a vehicle with the foreign use in the foreign use market by bringing
a people's.
That's something we didn't get to mention.
This is a people's budget. This is a people's budget.
Yeah.
When he said that he was lowering the price of gas, you could have heard a pin drop. Because
I was in shock. I sat at home and I like, we going with this boy nah, he couldn't be coming to lower gas, not in the first budget. I was shocked.
You know what people has asked? Budget day, you full your tank?
It's true.
You full your tank? Yeah. Because budget day, everybody expecting gas to
go up, yeah. But we have expected that for the last.
You had a minister of finance to tell you, I raised the price of gas, they riot. I raise the price of gas, they riot. I raise it again, they riot. I might raise it one more time because they riot yet. That is the thinking of the retrograde, myopic, no idea plan that was the government before.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong, there was a small group of people that benefited from the PNM being in government for the last 10 years fantastically. People who didn't have a parrot on a stick. I don't be careful what I say. People who didn't have a parrot, I was going with a pot. People who don't have a parrot on a stick are millionaires. People who start off as millionaires are billionaires. There are people who don't know where to put their money.
Wow.
That have contracts. We hemorrhaged money. A man rent a building for $55 million. He get paid all his money. Nobody even walk through the door, look around. We have a government minister whose family have become fantastically wealthy on renting properties to the government that he is a part of. We had government ministers, cabinet ministers who had to recuse themselves hundreds of times because they were so interconnected with business, with the government, they and their family, that they had to come out of the room so their friends in the cabinet could vote their way because when it's their turn, they do it the other way. Right. That is what Trinidad and Tobago is accustomed to, was accustomed to. That's what we voted out on the 28th of April.
Okay.
That's what we voted out. Right. So when you got a government here that could have come to you and tell you, look, we have one former government minister that so far we find $100 million in contracts for him and his family in HTC and agriculture and all over the place. They paid themselves. They paid themselves well. The Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance could have said to you, the economy is in dire straits. Bro, we in the HDC was shoring up the place. When the Minister of Finance told you that he is increasing the NIS contribution to save the fund.
Yeah, but people had, somebody had a little concern about that a bit earlier, talking about, first off, they spoke about, only 10% for the public servants, which the Prime Minister explained. This is for this for a past period.
2014, 2019.
Right. So this does not apply to that money.
No, but go back there. We'll come back to the NIS.
All right, good.
Right, the PNM is telling people that, and I saw somebody who was part of Watson Duke's party. She put out a video, and she said that the public servants only get 1%, because 1% more because the PNM was dealing with it in 4% and 4%. And I said, that is not true. I have the actual Guardian and Newsday articles in 2024 talking about 2022 when Imbert, as the Minister of Finance, promised them 4% across the board for the entire period.
For that period, yeah.
The Prime Minister, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, in opposition then said, you have to give those people 10% for the period. You have to give them, that's 2.5 times.
Right.
The PSA rejected, the public servants rejected the 4%. They said they will take their chance.
Yeah. They take the chance in industrial court.
Promises made, promises kept.
All right. Now,
They
what
get
about
it
the
10%.
NIS now with the increase?
Well, the NIS is the biggest piece of mischief that they're making.
Right.
Because they're making you feel like, okay, you get your 10%, but we're taking back 3% because that's 3% of your salary. It's not. It's not 3% of your salary. It's 3% of your NIS contribution.
Okay, so if my contribution is $50 a month out of my pay, however, let's say.
$1.50 is
So
your
then
increase.
it's
Your
3%
increase
out of what
of
is
the
not
$50.
right.
3% of $50. So your
Not
increase.
3% out of my salary.
Your increase is $1.50. If you're paying $50 to NIS, and if you're paying $50 to NIS, you're making a big salary.
But I think a lot of people, when they heard 3% increase, they thought it was out of the salary.
Listen,
so that clears it up now.
And
in a big way.
Listen, we're going to listen to the misinformation that the other side is going to put out there, and we will address it. The public not buying their nonsense. When I was waiting to come on, I heard this guy talking about the 100% increase in the cost
Container
of
processing and
container
customs declaration, yeah.
Right? It's $525 now.
It's what?
It's $525. That's the fee. No, it's raising to $1,050.
Wait, hold on. It's
That is the
$520.
fee we're talking about. It's a $525 increase. But you had a situation where customs was telling you, you see, that's the panicking people with foolishness. They're using words like percent, and they're using words like double. And I was telling you off air that as a property owner / landlord, our industry is not regulated.
Yes, you did mention that you
It's
are
not-
a landlord yourself.
It's
yeah.
not regulated.
So this will affect you.
It will.
Right, yeah.
But like the banks and like everybody else who have escaped the tax net, because there was nothing. There was nothing in place. Now there is. I want you to understand, the pushback you're getting is they have some people who are institutional landlords. They have 300-400 houses. So they don't want to hear that you're bringing them into the net. But we've had poor people carry the burden of the economy for too long.
Yeah.
I keep talking about Tanti selling dynamite and bus ticket under the flyover in Chaguanas. That every time they pass some rule, some fee, some charge, some tax, it hit her first. And it don't hit Goodwood Park and Fairways and Sinclair and Gulfview. And it's time that everybody shoulder this burden.
Right.
And for me, I watched yesterday. I sat in the House as a visitor. The Senate bench, we were there, the government Senate bench, we were there. And we were in awe of the magic that the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance worked to deliver this budget. You have an austerity time where the opposition only asks you, where the money coming from? Where the money coming from? He asking that question. You know what? He out of place. It's not for him to ask. The government have the bills to pay. The government has the salary bill every month, and it is on them. If they tell you, this is how we're doing it, we're going to do it. Okay. We will fix it, we will get it done. But all they're trying to do is make poor people panic and tell you that they wanted to, the opposition wanted to raise the cost of electricity. They say we pay the lowest rates and we losing money in electricity, but they put it on poor people.
Right.
All of the public said at the time, why are you giving us the increase? Why you don't put it
for
on
residential, yeah.
Why you don't put it on the commercial and the industrial sector? The Prime Minister listened. It makes sense. PNM come back and say, they're going to put that increase on you. Let's take it that they put it on you. It's only the businesses that you dealing with could put the increase on you. And that translates to cents.
Okay.
Across the board.
Across the board, okay.
It translates to cents. But if I don't buy bread from Kiss Baking Company increasing electricity don't have about me. But under the PNM, I was paying Kiss Baking Company electricity increase. That was their plan. I'm just using Kiss Baking Company as an example.
Okay.
They put it on the public to all together to share the burden, of the commercial and industrial sector, and that's wrong.
Okay.
They tell you that the banks, I just want to deal with all this misinformation. They're telling you that the banks go in and put that charge on you. How?
Does the 0.25% levy is a
You and I have spoken for years. Every time a bank put out that $1 billion profit,
of course,
you just feel it like a cough in your face.
Yeah.
You don't get a bathroom in the bank.
Yeah.
You get nothing free. You're not getting no interest on your, practically no interest. They give
You
you
can make a cash deposit over the counter now. And I talking about upwards of $50,000. Eh? You cannot go over the counter deposit that now. You have to take a night bag, a night safe, and all kind of thing. The banks don't.
Now I don't. I don't want to go into that because that is the.
That's a whole different. Yeah,
no,
that's a whole different
but
conversation.
Also, but also, I want to say that the Prime Minister don't only have taxation as a means to rein in the banks. She also has legislation, and she could deal with what she needs to deal with, and that is on her. But she had the courage to say, listen, the financial services sector making billions in profits, contribute something to the cost of the country.
Right.
Contribute something to...
But let me ask you something now, all right, on the banks. Do you think that, okay, if this levy is on the total assets, is it on the total assets that the bank holds?
I don't know if it's on the total assets.
Okay, but if it's on the total assets, all right, but could it discourage like lending?
More?
Well, yeah, if it could discourage lending from the banks with that levy.
You see, you're taking me where I don't want to go. Banks engage in something that I have coined a phrase called money warehousing, and they did this in the last 10 years, where your interest, you see, the banking agreement is that they take your money and pay you 6% and lend out your money and charge a 12% and they make money.
Okay.
They stop paying you that money. The banks have, for all intents and purposes, they've declared war on their cost of doing business. They've removed interest. They've put the cost of the staff on you. They've put the cost of the paper, the printer. They've put the electricity bill on you. And then, now that all of those fees are there, most bank accounts that you open, you admit that you're going to pay a fee every month for that account, and then they're shutting down the branches and sending you to ATMs and sending you to do it online and sending you to night machines where before you could have go into a bank and deal with somebody.
Correct.
I think that the Prime Minister is very aware that the citizens deserve better. And I think that the banking fraternity need to sit down and possibly with the Minister of Finance and find a way to do better. The banks in Trinidad and Tobago was referred to in a Time magazine article as predators in paradise.
No, because sometimes you ask yourself, I mean, look, I'm sure a lot of people have asked, like, how much money the bank want to make, boy? You do not, it's true what the minister said yesterday. You have your money in these banking institutions and you do not see any returns. You could leave your money in the bank in a normal savings account. Let me just say you leave it in a savings account. You could leave it there for 3 months and come back and meet less money.
That's the point. You see,
because service charge,
that hurts me. Look, this is a spreadsheet. This is a little spreadsheet. You see these line items? If I charge you $10 every month because you are a line item, or $20 a month because you're a line item in a computer system, that is unfair. There's no charge to maintaining a line item on a spreadsheet.
Right.
There's no charge to that. Why are you paying maintenance fees on your bank account?
Right.
So people, you know, most people call me on the phone in tears that they had money in the bank and they thought that they were saving the money, and when they come back, money missing.
Look at people during the COVID period when they were saying, you know, with their loans, right? And then they came back now and they took the offer from the bank, and then they meet compound interest. Because I know plenty pensioners.
Because what was told to them and what became a reality, but we will stick up in the
we'll stick up in that.
But I just want to say,
but I don't see that as a bad thing.
It's
I
courage.
Don't think,
It took courage. The Prime Minister has demonstrated, listen, everybody is going to pay their fair share, and the more of the big companies came up and the more they realized the big companies had to make a contribution, she didn't say, okay, great, we have more money to spend. She passed it on as relief to the public.
Yeah.
That dollar per litre on super is a massive amount of money that the government could have benefited from for their development policies.
Yeah.
But this Prime Minister wanted to make sure that the public get benefit. Everybody must win. I mean, she believes this, and we as ministers have to act on that. When UNC wins, everybody wins. So the budget was another example of that.
No,
everybody wins.
I wanna, you are Minister in the Ministry of Housing, and this next question comes to you. A lot of people mentioned it this morning, or I think one person in particular mentioned it this morning. We'll see if we can take some calls. We have about 15 minutes left here, so I want to take at least 10 minutes of calls. So, I'll give you all 10 minutes. But when I open the phone line, you have a concern, you have a question.
Call with love.
You could have a compliment. All right?
Like the tie.
You can have a compliment, a concern, whatever it is. The minister is here. The decrease in the pricing of construction material. Right. Now we know that once that goes down, of course, housing affordability is going to go down. So how does that now match up with what the Ministry of Housing is their plans and what they are going to do in terms of affordable housing now for persons who are looking for that public housing?
Underlying Minister, the Honorable Dr. David Lee, the Honorable Anna Roberts, myself, we've been hard at work creating what would be the best way forward to deliver the mandate, the 20,000 houses. We now have a board led by Feroz Khan. We have a strong board, and we're literally retooling that 2 companies that were created out of HDC that had to be shut down because it just didn't make any real financial sense what they were doing. And like Exim Bank that was brought back to purpose, the HDC is being brought back to purpose, a housing development company. That's what it's going to do, develop houses. The 20,000 houses we have to build, a lot of it is going to be done through public-private partnerships. So there are a lot of people who would like to form their own consortiums and come and deliver 1,000 houses, 5,000 houses. They have the money, they have the land, once it's feasible to us, we provide the oversight, we provide the project management to make sure that you're delivering proper houses. No more contractors getting a build house with no steel and falling down like what happened under the last administration. So oversight is important. How you come in, pre-qualification, what can you afford? And there are other things I thought is going to make it in the budget. I think she's saving it as a surprise, and I don't want to talk about it, but for low-income people and those currently in whatever deal or arrangement they have with HTC, they're going to have benefits too. They have massive things that I know about, besides this budget, that are to come that people are just going to love.
And we're going to find out that when the debate starts.
That is in the hands, the capable hands of the Honorable Prime Minister. But I'm saying to you, the country is in a good place this morning.
Now you mentioned that a lot of things are still to come. I think a lot of people don't understand that because
6 months in.
In the minister's presentation yesterday, he did say that more will be certain plans and certain sectors, CPEP and Europe, for instance. There's been a lot of concern of how many people are on the breadline.
There is a massive plan with that.
Now, I was surprised to know last night watching some of the panelists, Minister Swarat Singh. He and Brian Manning had a little back and forth there on another network. And the CPEP thing came up and he said, let me tell you something. They were paid up to August. I didn't know that. Up to the end of August. And I think a grant was made available for them in the meantime until this new restructuring plan comes in place. Now, the minister did mention it's going to be more sustainable jobs.
But that's it.
But he didn't go into detail. He said the Prime Minister will give more detail on that.
But the Honorable Minister of Labour stepped out of the PSA. We have, when you see us and so much unions are involved with us and they talk, let those who labor holy reigns. They're serious about that.
Right.
When he is in a conversation, we don't want make work hustle schemes for people. You can't build a first world country with 200,000 people, not sure if they get in 10 days this week. You need people to have sustainable jobs that they could plan their lives. They know how their pension coming at the end. They could go to the bank and get a mortgage. If you have a contract job, you can't go to the bank and get a mortgage.
Yeah. I know a lot of people will complain, especially young people will complaining about that.
And this budget, they spoke about moving a lot of the contract workers into full-time and pensionable. All of the gaps. I mean, Trinidadians don't know the 30-odd people or more who burned to death in this country, burned to death because we have no fire engines in the fire stations.
Yeah, they did mention.
We're going to deal with that. A third of the fire stations had no fire engines. When we talk about self-contained breathing apparatuses being bought out of this budget, you could do a whole show with the fire officers. Bring them. Bring the head of the Fire Service Association. Let him tell you why Trinidadians lose so much in fires because they can't go in and tackle the fire at the source because they have no self-contained breathing apparatus. It's like scuba gear. And this government has addressed that, has addressed the 800 and something shortfall of workers in the fire service. Every single problem that was a can kicked down the road by the last administration has been addressed or is being addressed. So I tell you honestly, I feel sorry for the leader of the opposition. I feel sorry for them this morning because the most that they're going to be able to do is make mischief. They don't have a leg to stand on. This is a budget for the people, and Macaroni Marvin and Cole Pot Scotland and the rest of them have to find a way to justify. Last year, you tell people to tighten your belt, and you come in to fight a government who is in office now to telling people, you know what? Relax your belt. We will lower the price of gas. We will lower the cost of living. We will give the 10% to the workers. Not just them. National Insurance Board workers were paid, or the money was approved.
The 8%.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Everybody wins. They even, to hear the Minister of Finance talk about giving tax breaks to people who help animal shelters.
Yeah,
That
the
is
animal,
a big
the
thing.
animal, the people with the,
That is a big
That was
thing.
another thing.
That is a government with heart, even for animals. When you hear them talk about period poverty, I know organizations. My son Joshua is part of an organization that works to raise funds to help women who suffer. It is embarrassing that we have personal hygiene products women who are having difficulty with. This government saying, they're done. We're dealing with that too. Those are things that don't affect the average person, but that it affects anybody, means that it needs fixing. And that's what the budget did. Instead of coming there to say, we want to fix all the debts that the PNM left and we had to tighten the belt, none of that.
Right.
There were measures put in place to deal with what had to be dealt with, but the public were given relief. And that is why people woke up this morning full of hope again. And I am very proud of this budget. I'm very proud of the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister, and the Honorable Minister of Finance for the work that they did. The Minister of Planning, Kennedy Swartz, saying he was part of that. I am proud of them. I'm proud of all the ministers. When you look at what is being done in agriculture, you see there's so many sweeties in this budget.
Agriculture is the next
There's so
sector
many sweeties in this budget.
And the tax exemptions on lettuce and cucumbers.
But forget that. If you're a farmer this morning, and as soon as it is in place, your whole life could increase 100%. They've removed all the taxes and the cost. If you want to get into hydroponic farming today in your backyard, you could. Tax-free. Come on.
Right.
This is a government that says, okay, we want to feed ourselves. We're not going to look for big farmers, mega farmers to come and grow all the Christophine and all the cucumber.
Yeah.
See, every small farmer, and that's what the budget was again, is a people's budget. What works for you? There's something in this budget for everybody. And that is the first time in the life that I have lived in Trinidad and Tobago, that is the first time I could say that.
All right. So I tell you what, We know we are at 19 minutes away from 8 o'clock. I got set while about coming up in a little bit, but I will take a couple calls. So we're going to take your calls now, 327-7400. Let me just take a couple calls here before we wrap up with the Minister. Hello, good morning.
Stefan, morning, Mr. Minister.
Morning, caller.
Yeah, I have a question here concerning the land for the landless. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the land for the landless program. I see them mention that, and I want to know when to come back on stream.
Okay, land for the landless.
Because what happened? Yeah, because what happened is the last time when they had land for the landless, boy, I almost get rid of piece of land, and then when government changed, well, they scrap all that.
But I don't know if they would have.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I don't know if they would have scrapped it. Don't lose hope. Follow through with what you are dealing with. You could WhatsApp me on 682-2110 and I will follow it up for you. It no longer falls under us, but we have a very
Well, it seems like everybody kind of, working together kind of thing, yeah. Hello, good morning. Question for the Minister.
Morning, Stefan. Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Here.
Yeah.
Morning, Minister.
Morning.
I only hope it really solve plenty of the problem because being honest with you, since PNM lose the election, then prices negotiate like they just get crazy, they get mad. Right? Now, I just want to draw a simple reference here. Now, I know you always face the grocery, right? But you have that cheap coffee used to be in the market. You used to get it for $9, $10. Now that same coffee is scarce, and the cheap coffee selling for like $25, $26. Now people go say, why it's coffee? But the simple thing, everybody loves coffee. Everybody gets up in the morning, the first thing they want is coffee. Now I really hope these prices in negotiate drop a little bit. I really hope this budget, I guess it's I will say it's a poor man budget, but by the end of the day, for far too long, I tighten my belt, and Steph, let me tell you something, I tighten my belt until my jockey shorts fall down. So here we go, let me enjoy what we get from the Prime Minister.
All right, no problem. All right, so obviously he's talking about more affordable. I mean, we know that certain exemptions have been applied to certain items. They're looking at, other items like, I mean, he make a good point. The first thing I wake up in the morning, I'm looking for either coffee or tea. Coffee has gone up significantly.
You gotta love Trinidadians. The way we say the things we say, that is the best. That's one of the best things about us. I want to tell him, it's not done. They've said that the thousands of food items that we removed VAT on the last time around to lower the cost of living, that the other side put the VAT back. We're clearing out that again. So let him know and let all the callers know that this is not the end of it. There's a lot of things have to happen, that have to go on, that still are in the process.
In the process.
That didn't make it into the budget, but going to be announced like that they're going to flesh out. So tell him a little strain, but he could loosen his belt a little bit.
All right, no problem. We take another one. Hello, morning.
Hello, good day.
Morning. Yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
Good morning.
Minister, and good morning, and Stefan.
Yeah,
so I've been fighting for quite a lot of people with their pensions, NIS, disability grant, and food card. I have a lady, and I do this free. I have a lady that she's old, she owns a house, she has had a lot of problems getting money from social services, but she has a renter, because the renter is the one that helps her pay her bills for her medications and those kinds of things. What will happen to a person like that if they have to reapply and try to see about their pensions and disability grant? Because the last regime had this ridiculous concept of double dipping. That is my question, sir.
Okay.
I have to leave that alone. That is, and a lot of it is a case-by-case situation. I understand the double dipping because we've had situations where we were giving out a housing grant and social development was giving out a housing grant. People were going for one of each. And that's not what it's intended for. It's intended for relief. And there are people with desperate situations, and case by case, I think that they're going to be addressed. This is a government, I want to stress, this is a government led by a prime minister with a heart for people. Nobody going to be left behind. So,
all right.
Yes.
I'll take another one here. I'll probably squeeze about maybe 2 or 3 more. Seth, hold on. Morning. Yeah, morning. What's your question?
Yes. I would like to know, I remembered seeing both you and Mr. Alexander go to the Parliament with all these signatures when this girl died, was murdered.
Andrea
However,
Barrett.
I would like
Andrea
to
Barrett,
know-
yeah.
Andrea Barrett, yes. I would like to know what is the status with that, whatever happened to that. Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Tell Mrs. Bisessa, thank you so much for lowering the price of gas because, you know, once that goes down, I think everything else goes down. That's just my thinking on it. Thank you very much. Okay. Bye-bye.
That is an excellent point because the cost of everything goes down. I just want to say on the issue of the candlelight movement and all of the petitions and everything, we were petitioning a government that didn't care. Now a government that cares is in office. We don't have to send signatures anymore. Now we could talk and we could, we could set up a meeting and have a conversation. How do we go forward? But a lot of the things that we stood for is making its way into law.
It was about implementing certain
Correct.
things to prevent...
Correct. To protect our women.
Women
So if you-
and others
if
from
you-
falling victims to crime.
And so much of the budget and so much of the work that has been done since coming into office were focused on bringing crime to an all-time low, 42% lower, violent crime and murder than last year.
Yeah.
That is massive. That is massive, and they're not going to stop. The Honorable Roger Alexander, the Honorable Wayne Sturge, the Honorable Devish Maraj, those three ministries working hand in hand. But you see, a lot of the drivers of crime is poverty, and we're tackling poverty hard. So we want to make sure that people don't have a reason to choose
commit a crime.
And if you
Yeah.
choose crime, you're going to run into a wall.
How important in terms of the government and revenue was the recent quarrying bust by the police?
When you say...
The quarrying...
Yeah, I know, I understand. But when you say revenue to the government, to the state...
Well, how much was being taken away from the... Yeah.
I don't have those numbers,
Yeah.
but all illegal...
Because I know it affects...
All illegal quarrying does, and that
Yeah.
is the point. And illegal quarrying was allowed to become one of these things that just magically can't be addressed. We're addressing that too. We're fixing that too. There's a redevelopment of Trinidad and Tobago back to functionality. People who thought that lawlessness was a natural way of doing business in Trinidad, they're done.
Not done. We take one more. We got time for one more. Hello, good morning.
Hi,
Oh,
morning.
this phone will ring till 12 o'clock. Yeah, morning.
Hi, morning. So I have a concern about the environmental tire tax.
The environmental
from
tire
20
tax, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, that moved from $20 to $40. Now it's a tax, from what I understand. It was implemented so the tires would be disposed properly. But tire shops are still having to pay someone to dispose of their tires. The regional corporations are not disposing those tires for the tire shops, and that fee has been trickled down to the smaller tire shops. So that's my concern. I wanted to find out, are the regional corporations going to dispose of these tires now if we are paying this higher fee?
Okay.
Thank you.
What I know is that there were some problems under the last government with the tire shredder. I actually knew the guy who they trained to operate the tire shredder. He passed away, God rest his soul.
Right.
But there's an actual tire shredder system, and I don't know what the situation is with that now, but definitely we don't want people filming trucks offloading tires in the bush. The fine on that now is $5,000 for that, so be very careful. Don't get caught with your car license number showing up on social media with you dumping tires in the drain or in the bush. They're going to come for you. But
there were some other increased fines as well in terms of acting as a deterrent for reckless driving, things like that. But look, at the end of the day, if you are committing an illegal act, expect to pay.
Don't complain. Don't complain. Don't complain that the government is affecting your crime. We're not tolerating that.
Exactly.
That's not.
Don't complain. Don't commit the crime. Just stay within the law. I saw on a page there, I saw the 525 you were talking about
So I viewed it just now.
I feel I could leave this with you. You know?
This is the, oh, look at here. Yeah, container processing fees, existing $525. So did call out added concerns? It was $525, it is now $1,050. The customs declaration transaction user fee. We didn't mention these things, you know. We mentioned it $525. The concern that you have about it being passed on to the consumer, I'm reading from the document here. It is $40 is the fee that exists. It goes to $80 now.
Now, a container that would carry a 20-foot container carries 2,140 soft drinks, bottles of soft drinks.
Right.
So you divide $80, divide the $40 by 2,140 items to know what passes on to the consumer. You see, it's 0.000000,
yeah.
This is literally to pick up the cost of operating these things. I mean, so many things were non-functional, dysfunctional, because it benefited people who were bringing in containers, and you heard that the port was overwhelmed, they had no staff.
Yes.
So 50% of the containers going through unchecked. So they sign it off, or you bring paper clips tax-free. But when they open it, you bring it in washing machine, dryer, fridge, and stove. So we had to fix it.
Right.
And
but
a lot of
that's
this,
not unreasonable.
Come on.
$40 to $80, and you're worried about the business people passing on the increase to you. That's a $40 increase.
And got to contribute $1 billion to revenues, eh?
And right, that measure, right, so that would bring in $1 billion to revenue.
So where the money coming from? The money coming from closing the tax loopholes that have been exploited by the fortunate few. The money coming from making things functional again. I know some people not going to be happy that there's some increase in the taxing on alcohol and cigarettes. But then we talk about, and I was on a panel on another station last night, and they talk about how big an impact diabetes and cancer is on our public health. So that $8 billion, that $8 billion that is public health now, if we could reduce the incidences of non-communicable diseases, diabetes, cancer, heart attack, stroke, and long stay, of course, of course.
And that money can be redirected elsewhere. Yeah. Simple mathematics. I want to thank the Minister for joining us this morning. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up. We got to take a break, and we got to get the Setwile aboard. But Minister Alexander, thanks a lot. And thanks for the information and the clarity on a lot of the concerns.
If I get both, I'll come back to my book, but I will leave it with you.
No problem. All right. I have it here. All right. So now I have all the information. So anything that is mentioned, I could refer to the book. All right, so people stay tuned. We will be back after this with Setwile aboard. Don't go anywhere. Breaking On continues.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life, from colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878, or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycarettt@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Alta's Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn. We are about a minute away from 8 o'clock. We got Setwayo aboard. I didn't want to preempt him this morning, so we have him with us via Zoom. He has a very interesting topic, and I think it suits the mood for a lot of people this morning. It's celebration. Now, I do not know how this ties in with healthcare and nutrition, but we're going to find out. Set, morning.
Good morning, Stefan. It's Synergy TV and all of our...
Right. Okay, yeah.
So, there's something that, I've never really understood or, we haven't really thought about because of, culture. Our culture is a culture where when it comes to birthdays and days of celebration, we go around celebrating it in a manner that actually destroys the celebrator.
Okay.
And it's not something that we think about. For example, I've had people tell me numerous times, because I don't consume any alcohol, I don't consume any form of sugar whatsoever, I don't consume anything harmful to the body, period.
Yeah, I remember you come to my boat right that time and you drink soda. Go ahead.
Correct, right? And when people hear, oh, you're celebrating your birthday, you're going to the next country, you're going to visit somewhere, they always expect that I will go and consume some kind of alcohol or something. And I don't ever, because I wonder, is it that people don't consciously think about it? If you are celebrating life, why would you consume something that is detrimental to life? Alcohol kills, sugar kills. Alcohol and sugar, they are like twins, right? They are like siblings. They are related because, I mean, alcohol is fermented sugar.
Right.
Why celebrate life by doing things that harm and reduce life?
Okay.
And these are things that a lot of people don't think about. And that's because it has been cultured in. We have basically been programmed to, instead of using a new year as a time for gratitude and reflection, it becomes a time for gluttony and intoxication.
Right.
You remember almost every year when it comes down to Christmas time, I talk about the deadliest days of the year.
Yes. you do.
Right?
Yeah.
And how much people die on those celebratory days because people take certain risks dietary-wise because they say, you know what, I'm celebrating, I deserve it. You don't. When it comes to times of celebration, you want to do things that would improve your health. You want to take time and nourish your body. If you're celebrating a new year, whether it's an anniversary, whether it's a birthday, whether it's a special occasion, it should be a time where you are trying to nourish the body, not intoxicate it, not desecrate it. Things like those occasions are basically sacred time.
Right.
Right? And for a lot of people, one of the motives behind it is they aren't really celebrating, they're trying to escape their reality. Because think about it, for many people, a new year, especially when your health isn't good, is just a year where you're seeing that you're getting closer to the end, or you're aging, or there's more suffering or struggles taking place.
Yeah.
But that has a lot to do with how you treat your body and mind, because the body and mind is connected. If your physical body is healthy, your mind is also going to be healthy. You're going to be thinking with more clarity. You're going to come up with more ideas. You're going to become more ambitious, because that's another thing. There's something called intellectual laziness. Now, while it might sound, some people might think, oh, you're trying to say people just intellectually lazy. That is scientifically proven to be directed and directly related to your diet.
Okay.
Intellectual laziness. People who lack critical thinking is not because, oh, but your brain not working. It's because their brain is malnourished. So if people focus on nutrition, focus on eating well, especially on these special occasions, they are going to improve their overall health and well-being. A lot of people spend their birthday mornings or anniversary mornings or the morning after hungover.
Yeah,
If
I've
people
had many of those.
Right?
I've had many
Now,
of
if
those.
people understand what being hungover is,
right,
that is poisoning. That is poisoning. You have consumed things that were so harmful to the body. It depletes your glutathione stores. It increases acetaldehydes in the body. It increases oxidative stress. It ages you. So you're aging yourself more, right? And people aren't aware of it. And it's not just the drinking of the alcohol alone, but it's also the consumption of the sugar, the cake, and the ice cream, and these things. These are high sugar stuff.
Right.
Mr. Alexander was there with you just now there and mentioned, imagine if we reduce things like diabetes and whatnot, that would also reduce the expenditure in the budget, because currently healthcare is the second biggest expense in this country.
Correct.
Healthcare. And it is because of the behaviors that we have as citizens in this country. Globally, Trinidad is known as an alcoholic country, right? We are known as an alcoholic country, an alcoholic culture. We are also the 14th sickest country in the world. The last time I checked the data. We are not in a good standing, and it's because we have all these things that we practice and do, and we don't think twice about it. because it has been cultured in. It has been cultured in. So celebrate your anniversaries, your birthdays, your victories by poisoning ourselves. That's what we do. We celebrate by poisoning ourselves. And then we would then, when we get sick and we are dying, we then come up with all sorts of ways to justify it. Oh, it's God that's ready for us, right? He wants us home with him. And all these kind of things we come up to justify it. And I want to mention, because remember, I have a history of being a preacher. There was the king Hezekiah, right? Hezekiah, that king who Isaiah went to. And the king was sick, and he told him that you're going to die the following day. And when Isaiah left, he went and he prayed and he repented and so forth. And then God told Isaiah to go back to him and let him know he would extend his life for additional 15 years.
Right.
Additional 15 years. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is not, oh, now is your time to die. Choice, not chance, equals destiny. Choice, not chance, equals destiny. People don't die because it's God that wants them to go. It is your choices. Your choices. Okay. We choose. We choose. So we are making choices that are detrimental to our health. And then we will try to pull in God into it and say, oh, it's God that wanted us home and put me in this situation. No, it's your choices. You are sick because of your choices. Right?
I can agree with that in terms of that. You know, people say, when it's your time, it's your time. But if I choose a life or crime, if I choose to be a bandit,
exactly,
and I go to rob somewhere, and a security guard or a police pull up and shoot me and kill me, chances are that if I was not in a life or crime, if I didn't choose to be a bandit, I'd still be alive, because I would have been working somewhere, earning an honest day's pay, and I would have never encountered the police that would have had to shoot and kill me. So, yeah.
Correct. So what we put into our bodies directly affect our entire lives. It affects our thinking. It affects how our bodies operate. It affects our health. Every aspect of our life is affected. So why don't we choose to do something else as celebratory? Why don't we choose to increase our knowledge? Why don't we choose to do that? And what I mean is, this is why my clinic, Setwires Holistic Clinic, exists. We educate, we re-educate, we supply people with knowledge, and that's why I'm so eager to bring out the book, because the book is coming soon. It's coming soon, right? So that people can have access to true knowledge and nutrition. I think it's about time people are fed up, because here's the thing, we're spending so much on healthcare, and no disease is on the decline in this country. Every disease is on the incline, but we're spending more and more money. All we are doing is putting more money from our budget, from our hard-earned working money, taxes. We are putting more money into the hands of pharmaceutical, into the hands of medical associations, into the hands of surgeons, and nobody is getting healthier. Diseases continue to escalate. Obesity continues to rise. Mental health issues continue to rise. And we are still here spinning top in mud, right? Thinking we are doing something by throwing more money at it. When we aren't.
And I mean,
because it just keeps giving us a false sense of security. It's like CDAP, right?
Yeah.
Since CDAP come on board, 20 years now, people have gotten a false sense of security. What I mean by that is when they'll say, now because people, they lose the fear of diseases. So, oh, if I get diabetes, I'll just get the medication because it's free. But check the data. Non-communicable diseases, deaths have increased.
Yeah.
So since CDAP come on board, it didn't reduce.
Yeah.
It had no change to worse change, right?
Yeah,
but people have that false sense of security. We're not healthier.
Yeah. But we're just about out of time. But on that point, I mean, we're talking about over $8 billion that has been allocated to health. $8 billion. That's a lot of money.
Right? And that is paying expenses.
Yeah. And that's in paying expenses. That's in maintaining the hospitals, paying salaries. Majority of that is recurrent expenditure. So then you have the goods and services part of it and things like that. And pharmaceuticals and right?
Especially pharmaceuticals. So when a lot of medications are free, pharmaceuticals now, when they have deals with government, they increase the price.
Yeah.
Because government is paying it.
it's something that we need to look at because we could bring down that bill significantly. I mean, the minister said it. If we could move towards preventing these things, it would bring down the healthcare bill, and then that money could be channeled into other places. Put money back in people's
other
pocket.
avenues.
Less poverty,
A
things
lot
like that.
of other avenues. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Right? Gas could drop even lower. Right?
So I'll tell you what. Seth, thanks a lot this morning, and always good having a conversation with you. Until next week, man.
All right then. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So that's Seth Weil aboard, and I want to remind you that Seth Weil's Holistic Health Clinic is powered by nutritional therapy, and you could stop managing a disease because you got the opportunity to reverse it naturally. And they specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And you could WhatsApp him on 2793935 or call him on 7611952. Actually, it's the other way around. You could call him on 2793935 or WhatsApp him on 7611952. Book an appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out. We got final break. When we come back, we got the birthdays very quickly and then we're out of here. Stay tuned.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it. The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner, or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secure parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the Break It Dawn Christmas party is here, people. Saturday, December the 13th, Center of Excellence, Garden Sanctuary, from 6 p.m. to 12. All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and we got to wrap things up for today. We got some birthdays. We're going to get through them very quickly here. We went a little over our time because we had the minister on, and I know a lot of you wanted to get your calls and your questions in. So please send out 41-year wedding anniversary to Prem and Ann Jagasa. Greetings coming from children Avinash and Kavita, Ashvini and Nick, Ashwin and Alicia, Arvin, Aziz and Shazmin, grandchildren Ashara, Alex and Megan, letting them know how much we love and cherish them, and we wish them many more with lots of love. All right, so happy birthday going out. Happy anniversary to Prem and Ann Jagasa. Next time, just put the children and the grandchildren. That's real people, boy. All right, so I'll tell you what. We would also like to wish Kausil Budu from Fishing Pond a blessed and happy 76th birthday. That's coming from her 5 children, 8 grandchildren, 2 great-grandkids, in-laws, nieces, nephews, and everyone else. And she's loved and cherished by her entire family, wishing her God's continued blessings and letting her know that they want to let you know that they love you dearly. All right? So, Kausil Budu, happy birthday to you. And that's how you do it. Brother, sister, this, that. Right. Happy 41st anniversary going out to Savistri and Roderick. All right? And your love is a shining example of commitment, patience, and true partnership. Thank you for showing what it means to stand by each other through every season of life. Wishing you many more years of happiness, laughter, and endless love. From Stephanie, Rodney, Christy, Catalia, Krish, and Katie. All right, so happy anniversary to you guys. 41 years, man. Beautiful. And we also say happy birthday greetings go down to Shamila Rupnarain. Greetings coming from husband Kenny and all of her siblings, Sumintra, Ricky, Sita, Shanti, and Sabita. May all your wishes come true. Shamila, happy birthday. Here we go again. Sending out birthday greetings to Ricky Ramesh Ramlochan of Kush Village in Rio Claro. Hey, big up Rio Claro, man. All right, greetings coming from his children, Samantha and Anita Ramlochan. Not forgetting his 5 siblings, Sumintra, Sita, Shanti, Sabita, and Shamila. God's blessings, now and always. All right, that's Ricky, but that's the same. Oh, it's 2 people have a birthday? Okay, all right, cool. Here we go now. Good morning, Stefan. I'm Sharian from Rio Claro, an ardent fan of the program, and I watch it every day. Perfect way to start my day. The 13th of October. Okay, so Sharian celebrated a birthday yesterday. So happy belated birthday going out to Sharian. All right, Sherian, I do hope you enjoyed your birthday yesterday. Sherian on a motorbike? What trouble is this? Is that a Harley Davidson? Nah, man. Is it? Not sure. Looking like one. All right, happy birthday, Sherian. Also, happy 18th birthday going out to Jaden Johnson from Auntie Orchid and Jade. Also from your beautiful mom, Charlene, your handsome dad, Ralph, and your beautiful and gorgeous sister, Jewel. They love you all very much, and may all your dreams come true. You're looking tall, boy. All right, Jaden Johnson. Next thing you know, you end up playing basketball in the NBA, you know. And finally, we would like to send out birthday greetings to Pamela Bihari from Kuva, celebrating her birthday on Tuesday, the 14th of October. And that's coming from her husband, David, her children, Avinash and Ariti, her grandson, Arjun, and her daughter-in-law, Avril, and her niece, Sunita. Wishing her all the best and many more to come. All right, people. I went over. It's day after the budget. Please excuse me for that. We do have the church program coming up after the repeat of Breaking Dawn. So look out for that there. Until tomorrow, we are out. We do have Behind the Badge. But I'll make up my mind on Behind the Badge tomorrow. Because I know people might want to discuss the budget a little more. But I'll make up my mind on that during the course of the day. And I'll decide on Behind the Badge tomorrow. We also have Pastor John on tomorrow as well. So tomorrow we will resume. Until then, have a great day.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.